To actually just have her bring it. Alright. I'm ready.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this shit sent.
You straight. What's going on, y'all? Another episode of Against the Grain podcast. We back. It's been a while.
Yo.
It's been a fucking
minute. Been a fucking minute. I've been waiting for this shit.
Yeah, me too. We finally started getting them fucking episodes uploaded. I had a fucking back catalog of fucking 8 episodes. I was sick of that shit. I was sick of seeing them and them not being like edited and like on YouTube and shit. But
yeah, man. I'm so happy that shit's up, man.
Yeah.
Like
3 strong.
Yep. Yeah, because the motherfucker was just sitting at the crib, like, man, waking up. Like,
I feel you.
No, I feel you, man. Like, I had to get that shit done. But yeah, motherfuckers is fickle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fickle as a pickle. Like,
yeah. Can't count on nobody, man. We just gotta go out and do it on our own.
Got
here
to.
now, man. We building now.
Because it's like,
we building now.
I gotta know, man. How
What?
the fuck did you end up getting chased by a dog?
Oh, so I was at Starbucks
editing
one of our episodes.
Okay.
Against the Great Podcast.
Okay.
I was in there with all the whiteys. A lot of white people.
There's probably a lot of pumpkin in the air.
No, they're kind of doing out with that. Like, I don't know if you noticed.
That quick?
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but like, I don't think pumpkin spice really hit like it really has in the past couple years. Like,
I mean, I never really.
Like, I work in a grocery store. There's like no pumpkin products. Like, that shit's all on clearance. Like, they're like, fuck it. They're moving into
I wonder
Christmas.
what is it now?
Christmas. So everything is like apple spice and like apple cinnamon and like anything Christmassy. You know what I'm saying? They're moving away from the pumpkins, but no,
I don't know flavors to holidays. I'm not even gonna cap.
Yeah,
this is a very summery dish. I'm like, it's fruit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like,
I eat that shit in the winter.
Yeah, like I can eat it whenever. Like,
no, but so man, you know what else too? Like I had on a black hoodie on top of this, and I wasn't wearing these. I was wearing Harley boots, and I had a olive green bomber with this. I looked super hipster.
Mm-hmm.
This was not around my neck. This is because gang shit. Yeah, I was just on some look good, feel good shit. But when I was in there, I was on some like moving type shit, like because I had to go get some shoes, some new work shoes, and then I went up there and grabbed a coffee. I was like, fuck it, I might as well park it here and just start editing while I drink my coffee and shit. And yeah, I could tell that it was a lot of eyes on me. I have a girlfriend, but white bitches love me.
Man, you look like a, you know what I'm saying, like a white girl. Like they'd be like, hey, I mean, he looks cool. Or type of shit. Like, you look like a dude that might set the school on fire. And I mean that as a compliment.
Are you saying I look like that, like the sexy badass kid? And like
the guy that doesn't talk to anybody. He's always like on the back
like
of
in a Disney show. Yeah, like sit in the back of the class.
He's a new guy.
Yeah, and I don't say nothing, but every now and then I might say something either really smart
but
or
you
really
like
aggressive.
actually look at his notebook and he writes like poetry or some shit. And you're like, oh. It's one of those guys.
You thought it was like demon drawings, but no, it's just like love letters and shit.
He fucking has like 16 fucking like puppies and kittens and shit at home that he all adopted off the street. He like saved like kids from burning fires. They run up to him like, it's me.
I have one hole in my sock and that's where my big toe is.
Oh man, I don't know how to sock in a hole, but it fits. It goes in there.
Shit, I was thinking about it, like that just looks funny in my mind. But no, so I was there and them fucking harlots, man. Like the one girl, like I'm sitting there, I'm editing, and she was like working.
Harlots.
Fucking hussies.
That's 2 H words that I have not heard in long time. Well, ho is like common, but hussies and harlots. Damn, I think a bitch would be like,
fucking scoundrels. No, they can fucking smell that you have a girlfriend. Like women just can smell your
confidence. I think when a dude's kind of like, I'm not interested. The less interested you are, the more the interested.
Like literally walk in and I'm like that, and I just go sit down. There's no like weird smile behind it. Yeah, there's
so
no
like turn around at the counter and be like, who's here? Like,
yeah, like I'm not looking at. I'm literally editing my video, but the one girl behind the counter, she keeps looking at me, and then there was another girl like sitting right where that chair is, and like she was editing on her shit, and then I seen her hit one of these, and then like she stopped, and then like she was staring, and I looked up, and she was like, I was like, oh yeah, they feeling the kid.
I wonder if that's how they meet people. You know what I'm saying? So they probably were like, hey, this is the moment. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
if I was single, I definitely would have been like, I would have did something because it was just way too fucking easy in there. I'm in there with my iced caramel macchiato. That's literally what I was drinking. Like, that just sounds goofy.
Proceed.
But yeah, no.
That does sound like a clown ass drink. Not even gonna lie.
It's fucking delicious. Dude, my girl, I was like the biggest Starbucks hater, but it's pretty good.
No, I'm not gonna.
And like people are like, oh, it's super expensive. I mean, it's fucking $5 for a coffee this big. I mean, what the fuck do you expect?
I used to work there out in Toledo at the Union or whatever. So it was like their little hub where everybody came through. Like, nah, the shit lightweight good. Like, I ain't gonna cap. I had just regular coffee from there, and I'm like, okay, I see why niggas is lined up all the way to you know what I'm saying, like through the stairs and shit. Where it's just like,
I see why y'all come here every day at 6 a.m. before your shift.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I can pick out faces and be like, yep, you every day. You know what I'm saying? Like type shit. And it was just like, I can see why it's good. You know what I'm saying? Expensive, but I mean, hey, you pay for what you want. You know
I don't think it's $5 for a coffee.
I feel like a lot of people feel the same way when like you explain like loud prices, you like weed prices to some people. If you don't smoke, you're kind of like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, you pay that much for the.
But I don't drink coffee though. Like I drink coffee once in a blue. I'm not like a regular. I don't make like pots of coffee. I don't drink coffee.
But some people I probably would still feel like the same way as you. Like, it's not a lot. I go there every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like same way.
If you went there every day, that shit's gonna add up. If you get a $5 coffee for 5 days, that's $25.
Yeah, but
10 days, that's 50.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if they feel like it's affecting them in a positive way. Where it's like, no, without my coffee, I'm a bitch. That's white girls.
Yeah.
And then guys, it's like, man,
don't talk to me before I had my coffee.
If a dude says that to me, I automatically don't like you. Like, I was about to fucking talk to you anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you fucking weirdo. You fucking
like, ugh. But. Yeah, so how the fuck does all of that, like, how did you end up getting chased by a dog from across the street?
So you messaged me like, trying to pod. So I was like, boom, I start wrapping my shit up, finish my coffee, get my coat on, and we live across the street from Starbucks. So walked across the street, I'm literally right where them apartments are, right there to the left, and there's somebody across the street at them apartments with a fucking pit bull, and the bitch is loose. I look over, I'm like, he ain't about to cross. It's traffic.
He like,
that nigga, dude, like he held traffic up, bruh.
Hey, he ran,
bro. He bolted like she was deep. Like he seen me from fucking deep, and I seen him, but I was like, by the time he even thinks about it, I'm right here. Ain't gonna get to me. That nigga hit a full Hussein Bolt sprint all the way across. He got to that medium and just stood staring at me. Bro, I reached for the box cutter. I'm like, I dare your little ass to try me. Bro, like, and then there's cars stopping. I'm like, I want to be like, don't stop. Keep driving. Like, cut him off. Like, he's on the fucking pitch. Yeah, like, keep going, bro. Keep driving. Fuck him. Hit him. That's all I'm fucking about to bite my leg off, bro. Kill him, bro. Save me.
Oh, make a blockade. Like, so I can run.
So, like, his mama is calling him, like, hey, Bullseye, or whatever the fuck his name was.
He ran like the wind on y'all.
Man, she was like, Bullseye, Bullseye. And I want to be like, yo, get your fucking dog. But I'm so locked in. Like, I'm just.
Because if I'm you going to be like, he a bitch.
Yeah.
Nah.
Bro, we're literally just staring at each other. And then he just looks at me and starts wagging his tail and just turns around and runs back across the street. Almost gets hit by a car again. She was like, come on, Bullseye, we going back inside. And I want them to be like, man, get your fucking... Bro, listen, I understand, like, people want their dogs to be free. Please, like, why are you not being considerate? You have a fucking pit bull.
It's a child at the same time. It's like a kid. It's like if you know how to walk and you open the door, he'll take off. Like, you're not just gonna be like, hey! You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you need better control of your fucking child. You know what I'm saying? It's like, especially...
Be considerate. And, like, the thing is, I hate when people are like, he doesn't bite. I don't know that.
I don't know that until it's...
I am fucking scared. Bullseye just ran at me at 50 miles an hour across the fucking street and did not give a fuck about traffic, he will fuck me up. Like,
and I hate the motherfuckers that be like, yeah, he might, or like type shit, or he might bite, and they have no control over it. Like, they're like, come on, bro. Maybe a Rottweiler is not the right choice for a 95-pound woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if he decides to pull you, what the fuck are you gonna do? Is because I'm 6'3", you know what I'm saying, 225 pounds. He will drag my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I let it. Like,
yeah.
And I hate seeing that shit. I hate females that feel like I want to go walking with a dog, but I want to feel safe. I see that shit online. This dog was 200 and some pounds. If this nigga decides to snap on me for some reason, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Especially if I didn't do anything, but I felt like maybe the dog felt like I was being aggressive. It's dark. It's not well lit. This girl, woman, or whatever starts to feel nervous because I'm a black dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm minding my motherfucking business. Say if I got my hoodie up, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to fucking music. I look sketchy because I'm black and I'm hunched over. I'm not thinking
any dude at nighttime looks fucking sketchy.
But to you, not to you, the dog's gonna bite your ass too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you look Caucasian, she's probably gonna be like, oh, well, he's probably just junk. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm saying a woman in her mental state where she don't see a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, where she's gonna be like, hold on, what the fuck? You got this big ass dog, and this is I forgot the name of them. You know what I'm saying? What they're called, but they're like dogs that was bred for war and shit like that. Like, they look like big ass like mastiffs, but they're like mastiffs on fucking steroids and shit. But them motherfuckers, like, bitch, what are you gonna do if that bitch like just decides to be like, I'm gone, like type shit? It's like, get back here. That's the best that you can do, and you better hope something snaps in his shit to be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Because a dog is just like a child. Like, where a child is gonna do some stupid shit, a kid will fucking knock over some shit and be like, oh shit, I'm gonna get my ass whooped, but it's too late. They already did it. You know what I'm saying? Just like with a fucking my bad, guys. But, like, just like a fucking dog, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a dog, it's too late if a dog decides to bite some shit and let go. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't just be like, hey, undo that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's too late. You know what I mean? Like, and that's my fear of a woman walking, like, a dog like that. I don't have a problem with a dog walking, a woman walking a dog, but it's like, don't turn it into a dog walking your ass. And then it's like, you can't do shit to out this dog. And you just kind of like, well, I tried my best and he wasn't doing nothing, but I didn't know. And it's like, man, that dog is going to read your emotion. You got to at least be cool, calm, and collected and have 100% control. It's like, that shit makes me more nervous. Not the dog, 'cause it's not the dog's fault. The dog's going to do what the fuck you train it to. Like, but that shit fucks me up when it's like a little ass chick with a big ass dog, or like in your case, like no control over this dog. Like, I hate that shit. But then,
and he's not on a fucking leash.
Put that motherfucker in control.
Dude. And I hate this shit. Like, I hate that people are like, oh, they're animals and like you can train them. At the end of the day, animals are fucking animals. Like, you can only train them but so much. Like, I feel like dogs like let you think that you're training them. Like, they're like, I'm gonna listen to them. But like, whenever I feel like I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Again, I revert back to, they're just like children. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna test your limits and be like, I hear you. But you gonna make, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to show me what you're about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear you once you whoop my ass. Now I'm like, all right, wait, I'm not gonna do that no more. Like, but once you kind of be like, hey, and they keep doing this shit, they gonna be like, you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, type shit. Like, the one dude that was on here that had the 200-pound dog, he was like, the dog like hopped up in his bed and was like looking over him some shit. Bro, I swear to God, I'd shoot that motherfucker dead. Like, I don't give a fuck. If I ever had to breed big ass dogs like this, and this shit sounds fucked up, but it's like, people don't understand if that's your livelihood, and this dude is only him and his wife, and there's like 6 or 7 other big ass dogs, them motherfuckers would kill them too easily. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would have to show dominance to a fact that,
and if one of them attacks, they're more than likely all going to attack you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're a pack because they're scared of the dominant. So if the dominant is like, yo, fuck these niggas, they gonna have to follow suit. It's not choice. It's not to be like, well, I'm gonna stick up because if you stick up, if one dog stick up for you, nigga, they all gonna team up on the one dog. Like, that's just how it shit go. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, nigga, if you don't show that you that pack leader, nigga, they ain't gonna have no respect for you. And with them big ass dogs, man, I swear, I don't know what I would have to do, because I wouldn't try to kill it, but at the same time, I don't know what the fuck I would have to do. Like, And that's my first thing I think I'm gonna have to do is kill one of the biggest ones.
That's gonna be a hard battle.
That's hard, nigga. Like to be like,
that motherfucker get a hold of you, bro. He gonna drag you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because he gonna go for shit to disable you, your arms and shit like that. When you like, then your neck, you know what I'm saying? It's slow at that point. Yeah. He could be a big ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's coming from the ground up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, leverage is a motherfucker.
Don't let him get a hold of your dick.
Oh man, or any
that's always, bro. I hate. That's the only. I'm not scared of dogs, but when they start like sniffing and they get too close to my legs, I always start like pulling back, just cause I'm like I always have like that irrational fear that a dog is gonna bite my dick. It's the scariest shit in the world. I hate that shit, bro. Like, get your dick sniffing dog away.
I just hope I ain't got no dick for all of that. I've heard like her or him to just grab my dick, like just my dick. Like, oh man, that's precision.
I think about that shit every time a dog is around.
Like, whoa, and then just like, how'd you get just my dick? Like nothing else.
Yeah.
Dick, like
just dick.
It's like you have to be like, whoa. It's just like,
speaking of like wild animals too, you know how fucked up it is that like people like hunt like fucking elephants.
That's poaching. That's
not poaching.
Hunting. Like,
Poaching.
You a bitch.
You know what's crazy though? Like I was thinking about this. I'm like they hunt elephants for ivory for their tusks, right? Mm-hmm. That's like somebody, an animal hunting you for your teeth.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you have nice teeth. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
That's like real life. That's real life, bro. That's real life.
Not because I want to eat you.
That's Jeepers Creepers, nigga. Like, I'm hunting for body parts. I don't want the whole fucking person.
Do you know the backstory behind Jeepers Creepers?
I really do not. I just
do you know what Jeepers Creepers is?
No.
Jeepers Creepers is, he's an alien sent to Earth, and like, he has like a mission. And like his mission is to like
her perfect human being or something?
No, he's a warrior. He's like testing his strengths and shit. That's why like he collects the bodies and like he makes his own weapons and shit. Mm-hmm. And like he has like, it's like, I seen like a whole like thing on it, like the backstory. He's pretty much like here, like almost like, you ever seen like Predator? You know how like predators like they're warriors. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like
they here like to just train basically.
That's it. Like you're literally just moving targets for him, and he's just like training to be like alpha predator. That's what Jeepers Creepers is. Same exact story.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes more
just
sense.
Like he also eats you
serious shit that just
no. Just like he also eats you too, right. But like he feeds off. He's like a vampire. But he's like a warrior vampire.
No, that makes way more sense than it just being some thing that just lived out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then the thing about that always made me like, that makes no sense. If you was Jeepers Creepers, wouldn't you live in a city where there's way more people? You wouldn't have to go as far. Why would you be like, I want to live as far away from everybody as possible to hunt people down? Like, I guess that might be what he wants to do. But then again, it's like, you don't have to kill everybody you live with. Like, you live in a city, you can get specific and still hunt. Like, but wouldn't it be way more frequent and easy to just be like, I live in the city versus I live way out in the middle of
Imagine Jeepers Creepers in New York. Where the fuck is he going to build his base?
Does it matter? They can't kill him. Why does it matter, really?
He has a fucking base. He has like
Then on top of that, do you think that there's not a lot of places in New York that people don't even go to? And like, if you really was trying to get away from shit, like there's places where homeless people go, stray dogs, like man, there's somewhere he would fucking find. Like empty building where he could go to the basement.
I'm not sure why he's in the middle of Montana.
Because it's like, I'm not understanding that one. It's like you want stragglers. It's like, no, those people deserve it. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like when you go through a stranded ass area like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you kind of deserve that. You know what I'm saying? That house is screaming, nah. You know what I'm saying? Just walk.
That's horrifying.
I don't give a fuck if I'm out of gas, out of everything.
That guy's not going to kill me, by the way.
Who?
That guy is not going to kill me.
The retarded chainsaw guy?
That guy is not. He's not going to catch me.
It's like
that's number one.
If he throws a chainsaw, maybe. You know what I'm saying? He's
how fucking far could you throw a fucking? How far could he throw it by the time? Okay,
he's retarded, man. I'm sorry. I'm thinking out of context. I'm sorry, but the dude had retarded man strength where he could probably shoot, like throw that bitch.
He's not gonna. I don't care how strong and retarded he is. He's not fucking throwing a fucking chainsaw with one hand. That's what he's not doing. And if he does, it's not going more than 3 feet.
I feel you.
Bro, there's no way he's fucking catching. If I see him from 10 feet away, I won. He's not catching me. He's running like this. Bro, you know how... Bro, I will run 1 mile, stop, and catch my breath, and still outrun him.
Yeah,
I will run and just start walking and look back and be like, fucking chump.
Yeah, like, honestly, I feel like I was just talking to my girl about this shit just a little bit ago, watching that Overlord movie. Yeah, that would be one of the times I forget I had asthma, I'd forget I had feet, I'd forget I had everything. I would never stop running. I would, like, for the next 3 days, I would eat, piss, and shit running. I would sleep running. I would do everything just like... for real. I don't
when
care
your
what
adrenaline is going and you genuinely feel like scared your life is on the line, everything goes out the window.
Everything.
Every fucking thing.
Everything. Like, everything else is kind of like, you don't feel the weather, you don't feel anything. Or it's hyper the other way. Like, you feel exact every foot, you know what I'm saying? Every footstep, you remember every, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's either or. You either tunnel vision or you go, like, super sensitive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where everything is like, you jump at the perfect time.
Yeah.
You miss
this. You gone.
Dip through shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, your instincts is just like perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
Been in that zone
that's
before.
exactly why I feel like all of that brain releasing shit is real as hell. Is because it's like, if you move like that constantly, your body physically couldn't take it. You know what I'm saying? If you move that hyper of like, oh, I see this happening, this is going to happen, I'm gonna move here. It's like your body and brain probably would just be exhausted. Where it's like, nigga, I'm thinking 10 minutes ahead. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me a break, like, to just chill and let me live, like, for a little bit, like, because it's not saying that the brain isn't capable of doing it. It's like the body isn't capable of probably handling it.
You know what's funny, too, that you bring up that Overlord shit and you talk about, because, like, that's some Nazi shit, right? And you were...
Yeah, like, they started that. Yeah, they started the whole truth behind, like, I think so.
I gotta see the fucking... So it has nothing to do with Nazis?
No, it does. It does. Okay. It does, yeah. Because, like, the Nazis...
And so you were, like, saying, like, if some Nazis were hunting me, they're not going to catch me because I'm booking it? Is that what you were getting at?
That's what he was running for. He was running from, like, man, my bad. Yeah, because I kind of just dropped that movie in there as a reference. But no, the movie Overlord was about... It was based back in the 1940s, you know what I'm saying, during that war time. And, again, sorry for not being correct historically because history, it already fucking happened. So it's like... Who cares if I know it that well? But yeah, World War II. This dude, you know what I'm saying? It already started off fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They about to land. Planes already getting shot at. A couple people died on the plane while they get shot. You know what I'm saying? Through the bottom. They fucking land fucked up. They throwing them off the fucking plane. Basically, they parachuting down. The dude. I'm not gonna lie, yes, I'm kind of fucking biased. The dude was black, you know, the leading role, so it was kind of already like, oh, this is interesting for me.
This my guy.
Yeah, like, this is my dude. Like, because, okay, you know, he lands, you know what I'm saying, he makes it to a couple other dudes. This dude, of course, is always a dickhead in the group. Like, they made that clear on the plane. He was an asshole, you know what I'm saying? He dropped his chain. The fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? Of course, that's the guy. There's always the quiet guy, you know what I'm saying? He's the new guy that got added on. He's some ranking. Again, sorry, I'm just trying to more so get through the movie. Like, but
spoiler alert.
Yeah. You're not. Are you gonna watch? Do you have Hulu?
No, but spoiler alert to anybody that hasn't seen it.
Fuck them. Anyways,
should have seen it by now, bitch.
Hey, like, you obviously wasn't going through the movies, but I'm trying not to be too descriptive. Like, so anyways, there's a quiet guy. He ends up being a new guy. The whole part I was talking about with running, there was this white girl in the scene. You will know exactly what I'm talking about if you watch it. There's this thing, you know what I'm saying, that's released, and it's chasing her, obviously. It's a white girl.
Minor technical difficulties, but we back. Anyways, you were saying Overlord, the bitch was running from whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and this was her. She's running, and she stopped. And then start, like, you know how that bend the corner and then think that, oh, all of a sudden he's just going to keep running this way. Yeah. She stopped and like, I'm talking about literally, like, looking back. No. And then, like, started running again. Run. Stop. Oh, shit. Like, because at one part, she finally, like, gets him. Boom, get him down. Dude never stopped moving. He, like, falls and still, like, twitching. And she, like, literally started, like, walking off. And dude popped back up, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? I'm just so irritated. It's because the next scene was the black dude, the lead role. He like sets his bomb and shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He boom, set that bitch and just boom, like started running the whole time. Boom, that shit blowing up. He just never stopped running. He fucking outrun the fucking blast and all that shit. Of course, it's Hollywood, like, but you know what I'm saying? He makes it all the way out. I'm like, come on, not even being funny. You see the major fucking difference. I'm like, this nigga never stopped running. Like, to look back and be like, is the explosion done? You know what I'm saying? Like, type shit. Like, no, nigga, I don't give a fuck if it's done or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep running. Think later. You know what I'm saying? White people, if you hear me, please stop fucking checking behind you. Run. You're not that fast already. You're not that gifted.
No, I think checking behind you is solid.
No, not until you're really clear that you're sure that.
Like I said, if I'm running from the Texas guy, right, I'm gonna book it. Boom, I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna be running for like 10 minutes straight. I'm gonna look back.
See, but they don't get
if I see him in the distance, I'm good. Right, but I gotta know how far back he is so I can know if I gotta keep running full speed. Like if he's still if he still looks big to me, I gotta keep running. But if he's little, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna keep walking. I'm gonna get my breath back and then I'm gonna look back. If I feel like he's getting too close, all right, now I'm going to full sprint again. He's not gonna catch me. You know what I'm saying? But I need to know where he's at. I need to know his position. And if he disappears, then I gotta start running full speed for as long as I possibly can, because I don't know what kind of shortcut. I don't know if he's in a vehicle. Now I gotta duck off somewhere. I gotta try to get cover. I gotta try to, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I feel like my number one thing is gonna be thinking that this motherfucker probably done ducked off somewhere. So I'm booking it as fast as I can, period. Until I can feel like I'm literally like...
I would be sick if I turned around and didn't see which direction he went. Like if he boomed me real quick, like I don't know if he went left or right. Because I would want to go opposite of him, but I don't know where he went.
Instant, I know I'm the ticket. I know he trying to chase me. So it's like, I don't really give a fuck about where he gone. He at. He need to know about where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Like type shit. And it's
but
like,
I need to know where he's going so I know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Because if I think, like, if I'm like, oh, if he went right, I'm going to go left. But then what if I'm wrong and he went left and now I just made it easier for him? You know what I'm saying? Like, I end up boxing myself in on some stupid shit.
True.
Because I don't know the terrain like he do. He been hunting motherfuckers out there.
Right. And it's like, how far away has somebody got? You
know like
he's like, damn, I don't know where I'm at. Like type of shit. That's like, cause I gotta lose your ass.
And then if he got in a vehicle, I gotta duck off into a cornfield. I gotta try to throw him off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get somewhere before he see where I went. I gotta confuse him. I gotta do something, man.
You gotta go. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Boys, I can't. Yeah, that's some shit that
he ain't catching me.
All that that type of shit is like.
But again, I said all that to say this. Weird that you brought that up because I have been training my cardio for the past week because I have been thinking about things like that. Like, what if we get invaded or anything just like that? I need to have cardio. Bro, I've been running full speed like 2 miles every day, like as much as I can. I'll run full speed into a burst, and then obviously my cardio shit because I haven't ran since I was 14. So I'll like stop, but I'll still like be like walking fast, try to get my shit back, try to control my breathing, burst into another full sprint. And every day, bro, my shit gets better. Like I can run farther, bro. And I don't know why the fuck I'm doing this. I don't know where this paranoia comes from, but I'm glad I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like at least I'm like,
no bad that's gonna come out of it. There's no bad.
It's coming fucking out like,
goofy. I'm very conditioned.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's gonna be like, fucking conditioned for what? You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, some shit happening. You know what I'm saying? We getting chased by some shit you can't shoot.
I'm gone,
like,
bro.
I'm gonna be like, hey.
And that's the thing too. Is I've been carrying like heavy shit on my backpack. Only because I'm like, I'm going to have my gun. So I got to be able to run with this extra like 15 pounds, not including whatever I have in the book bag, not including ammunition.
Or a person.
You know what I'm saying? Just shit like that.
Like, so I
really been, bro, I don't know why the fuck all of a sudden, but I really been like, bro, and like I'd be like analyzing my like settings and shit, my environment. I'm like, all right, boom, if somebody was going through here, or like I really been thinking on some military shit. I'm like, if the tank was going through here, I'm like, I could run into this field real quick, hit it. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I don't know why the fuck my mind has been like that.
I feel like that's something that I don't really approve of going into like the army or armed forces, really, but I do agree with how like certain other countries make you do it at least like a year or two.
I think in South Korea you have to. You have to serve in the military. It's like
and I feel like I would want to learn certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I know that shit is extremely harsh, but like Marine training is extremely harsh, but it's like, it's very survival. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that shit and you didn't just know it, but you like ace that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you pretty much is cool, you know, like in the worst of situations. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you a fucking Boy Scout on steroids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was just gonna say, I would love, like, if I got into a real shitty situation, I would love to have my cousin Andrew with me. Dude's been a Boy Scout since he was like 10. He's fucking 21 now.
Yeah, it's like, hey, man, it's like,
shit.
That shit is way more important to me than being in the hood, niggas. Because it's like, at the end of the day, bro, I take you out the hood and we in the wilderness. You like, man, you trying to eat shit you can't eat. You trying to pick shit you can't pick. You trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you doing shit that you just like, bro, you wasting calories, and niggas is like, calories? What do you mean?
Bro,
it's like
at
this point, we gonna
like,
die.
he's a Boy Scout, but like, he's one of the scouts that like, he's not a boy anymore, so he like takes other troops. So like, they do kind of like intense training too. Like, when they go through that, like, they send you into the woods with like a backpack with like rope and shit, and you gotta like make it back to base by yourself with like just a compass. Like, he's really done that.
That's dope.
That's a nigga I want on my team.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He about to figure some shit out. I'm following his. I'm gonna shut the fuck up and do whatever he say.
My Doomsday team would have to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Or that type of like Boy Scout type of guy. A fucking farmer. And a hippie of some sort, like
not
that.
A hippie.
Hell yeah,
dude.
Like,
you
I
need a doctor,
you know,
so you need a nurse, some kind of caregiver.
I'm cool with that hippie because I'm pretty sure they have herbal medicines and herbal cures that I can grow.
I'm taking a nurse.
And I mean, yeah, that's cool, but nurse is more trained hospital wise. If I have the tools and if I have
but I feel like once you're like trained to do certain shit in the medical field, you can freestyle some shit.
Yeah, you can.
They're really, bro. They go through a lot of schooling.
But and I feel like that's very true. And I feel like at the same time,
like, she knows how to stop your bleeding with like bandages.
Yeah, with bandages. But at the same time, I feel like there's somebody that on a more like a hippie vibe might know plants to be like, boom, this is some shit I can heal you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course you're gonna know the same thing. You're gonna know like to stop bleeding. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Not saying that you're gonna be as efficient as a nurse or a doctor or something like that. But at the same time, you know, I'm more so thinking like realistically, like because it's like
how you realistic.
I'm just saying if shit really went down.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a nurse as a mom, so it's like kind of different.
Nah, she's an STNA.
Same difference. Like where she's trained in.
I mean, she knows a lot of shit.
Or at work, she wouldn't just be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, she's trained in first aid type shit. And it's like, that's really all you would need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she knows how to do CPR and shit.
You know, like, keep shit
knows
clean.
How to do compressions.
You know, like, like in a doomsday, like, type of environment, surviving, like, basically, you need somebody that really just knows first aid. You know what I'm saying? How to keep you alive. Like, best of living, I mean, come on, man, we on the run. Like, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm super comfortable, like, I'm fine. Nah, you're gonna be sore, it's gonna suck, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you're gonna be alive. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep you clean. That's why I feel like that hippie type person is like more, I feel like more versatile. It's because it's like, I put you in a field of mushrooms and shit like that. You can be like, well, this one you can take to calm you down. This one, don't touch. You know what I'm saying? Like, versus a nurse is like, I know mushrooms have healing power, but I don't know which one. I don't know, you know, like, and I can get you right, but I don't. You gotta lead me in the right direction. And it's like, my useless ass, I don't know what the fuck I would bring to the table. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mushrooms are cool, but
I'm not saying that they...
Can a hippie remove a bullet from you?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean...
Are you really gonna trust a hippie to take a bullet out of you over a nurse?
I mean, if we in Doomsday, not a lot of people have... I mean, I'm thinking a long time in Doomsday. Like, how long into... Well, when are these people going to be needed? Is because if the nurse is needed right away, then yeah, you got me. I need a nurse and a doctor. It's because we dealing with gunshot wounds and shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now, we talking about like months into it where niggas probably expended their bullets and shit like that, and it's probably like a cut or some minor shit like that.
I still think a nurse would be good only because like if let's say you get a fucking pneumonia, do you know how to treat that with normal, everyday, over-the-counter medication that we could go raid a store really quick? She's gonna be able to go in there and be like, this isn't gonna help, but it's gonna slow down the fever. You know, it's gonna do this. A fucking hippie's gonna walk in there and be like,
at the same time,
the fuck?
How many, just say if we're already past, like we've been moving, you know what I'm saying? Okay, other people have those same needs, and those other people are going to think convenience also, right? They're going to think break into pharmacies. By the time you get there, who said that they left anything? You know what I'm saying? Like for you to use. Now, in that instance, how useful is a nurse when you're in the wild? Say if a hippie is like, okay, we just walking, he's literally like, yo, grab this, you know what I'm saying, grab that, and now you in a lot better of a situation than a nurse that's like, yo, let's break into this clinic, boom, we get in there and it's fucking cleaned out, and then now you like, oh shit, well, I can bandage you, you know what I'm saying, but it's like, as far as the hippie can be like, yeah, I mean, we can make bandages out of this and out of that as we go, like, and you can just use this, and, you know what I'm saying, like, type of shit like that.
I feel like you're giving too much power to the hippies.
I just feel like a person that knows nature, like, all the way around to the point
feel like you shouldn't use the word hippie. I feel like that's where I'm getting turned off at.
I
would say like,
because I don't know.
I would say like an outdoors person. Anyone like any like dude who's like secluded, like any mountain man in Montana, I feel like has the knowledge of what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
not a fucking hippie
too, pretty
like
much.
You're saying a hippie. I'm just thinking about some guy that drops acid all day every day. Like I don't see.
I'm in like not that type of term. Like I'm in like more of like a peaceful type.
Yeah,
of
like somebody in tune with nature. Yeah, like into his. Yeah, I feel like that's just. We'll just like label that an outdoors person. Like if that's the case, yeah, you're probably right. I can't say like someone who lives off the land.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a hippie. Hippies today just smoke pot and eat Taco Bell. That's not who you want on your fucking team.
I doubt it, because they probably eat natural shit, I would think.
I know a lot of hippies. They have poor diets and they smoke a lot of pot, and that's
the weed part. That's given.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the weed part.
That's what hippies are nowadays. I feel like, I don't know, you're talking about like hippies from the 70s or some shit.
Yeah, maybe that's, because I'm thinking of like the term, well, I guess, I don't look at hippies as a bad term. It's because
no, I'm not saying it's bad to be a hippie, I'm just saying that you're not useful.
The idea behind
fucking apocalypse.
It's the idea behind them, it just sounds bad when you apply that to be like they're useful, because they're like, a hippie? No, because he's a bum, and it's like, no, but they're very, I get it, you know what I'm saying, like,
We're gonna stop this here because we just keep going with the hit. Guys, in the comments, who would you rather have on your team? A nurse or a hippie? Let us know. We're gonna move on from here. Bruh, my job, I have a fucking... Listen to this shit. Kenny, you're not gonna believe this. I have a work racist. We all have them. It's just part of fucking life. There's always that fucking racist guy.
There's always some form of it.
Usually he's not as brash and as bold as my work racist. This guy, he's a piece of shit. This is the guy that trained me to like do my job. Piece of shit. Knew he was a piece of shit from the day I met him. I called him boss just like, because that's how I just like, hey, what's going on, boss? He said, I'm not your boss.
It's a form of...
As soon as I said that, and he said, I'm not your boss, I'm your coworker, I was like, fuck you.
Right, like, all right, dick.
Yeah, you're a fucking dickhead. You want to be a piece of shit, I can be a piece of shit too. So he was an asshole for it, but I had to deal with this guy for 3 days because he was training me on my job. This fucking guy, I knew he was a dick because he was saying shit like one of the guys that I was covering because he was just on vacation, he fucking like the dude came back and I was like, you know, it was his first day back. I was like, oh shit, how was your vacation? You know, small talk. He was like, oh, you know, whatever. By the third day, I was fucking bored. I wanted to come back to work. This fucking old, mind you, this is like a 65, 70-year-old white guy. Dick probably don't even work. Just fucking trash, bruh. He looks at him and he goes, why didn't you fuck your wife? It's like, I laughed because it's just, he was like, and then he dropped the time on it. He goes, why didn't you wake your wife up at 3 a.m. and fuck her? And it was like,
now that is creepy. Like,
yeah.
What?
So so then he looks at me He goes, are you telling me you don't fuck your wife? I was like,
3 in the morning.
No. So I don't even want this guy to get on me. So I go, no, I fuck my wife. Yeah. So he was like, my lady knows. He was like, I'll fucking yell down the steps, hey Susie, and she knows. I swear to God, this is what he's saying. He's like, hey Susie, and she goes, what? And he goes, you know what? That's the creepiest shit I heard.
I'm like, bruh.
He go, bro, listen.
Going on there. Like,
it sounded like that to me too. It was very nasty.
That doesn't sound
It was
sexual.
very 1960s. I'm gonna slap my wife and fuck her when I want. It was gross.
I bring home the bacon.
Yeah, just that kind of mentality. I was like, but whatever. I'm gonna let this old white man go. He's like the lead of our fucking our union. He's our union leader, so it's like he's allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants, and no one says anything to him. But whatever. Yeah, so he's like, yeah, and then when I get her upstairs, I give her all 7.5 inches. I wanted to be like, you're a fucking liar, but I'm like, bro, I don't even care. Like, I don't give a fuck about this conversation.
Point, I don't care.
You have said so much bullshit already.
It's just like,
I'm just gonna rid myself of this conversation.
Like
but I am laughing.
Was like the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Like, all right, enough of it bullshit.
Yeah. But I'm laughing hysterically though. So I know just off this interaction that he had, like most of us, like we'll talk like that among, like, but it's jokes. You know what I'm saying? I would never talk like that at work. That's what separates.
Especially if it's not a clear joke. If it's not a clear
if it's not a clear joke, and we're not friends, we're just coworkers. It's even fucking weirder. It's not funny. It's just like
it's kind of weird because it's like nobody talks about this.
I don't like this. But anyways, so I already know he's a dickhead. Whatever. The next day comes. This is my last day of training with him. Right. I'm working. Whatever. This dude who works in produce. He's a Spanish guy. Right, he comes over, he's talking to me, whatever. The dude that's training me walks over and he goes, oh, what's up, you Puerto Rican spick?
Yeah, that's some shit where it's like, whoa.
Bro, I literally stopped. I'm scrubbing the floor. I literally stopped. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I just looked up at the dude and was like, what? Like,
yeah, that's harsh. Like, that's harsh. Like, that's
not here. I'm not sensitive to racism, right? At all. Like, one of my friends consistently calls me a spick. He's black, and I know that he's just trying to troll me into saying the N-word. That's what he does. He just likes to fuck with people and get them to say things that they don't want to say. Mm. And I have responded in that way to him many a times because he will consistently call me a spick. And it's really fucking annoying. And he knows what he's doing, and fuck you. Because that's some dickhead shit to do. Anyways, this motherfucker, bro, he just walks up. He goes, oh, what's up, you Puerto Rican spick? Just like that, right? Now, if he would have walked over and been like, oh, what's up, you fucking fried banana eating motherfucker, that's funny. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can find humor. Yeah. You're not even trying to be funny. You're just being offensive. Like, I was like... So I just stopped working and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? So the dude's kind of laughing it off, but I could really tell that he don't like it that much. He's kind of just learned to deal with it. Yeah, but I'm not going to learn to deal with it. So he turns to me and he goes, he's a fucking Polak. Now, yeah, they traded racism, but like, let's be honest, Polak is not nearly as offensive. There is not really offensive. Who the fuck has oppressed Polish people?
Yeah, it's like it's nothing to any of them. There's no really word that you use for white people because it's like
nothing.
It's like, oh, okay, yeah,
like, it's supposed to hold the same weight, but realistically, it doesn't. And no one has ever oppressed Polish people except maybe Germans in World War II. So no one gives a fuck. So I just start going in on the fucking guy. I'm like, oh yeah.
White people get very offended if you call them a Nazi. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that.
I called my sixth grade teacher's grandfather a Nazi.
And that's some shit that
he got really mad.
Yes, I'm going to use that shit from now on.
Mr. Shetler.
Shetler.
Ooh. Right?
He's probably Jewish.
He's German.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
No, he was German. And then, because he was, I remember this like it was yesterday. We were talking about, I don't know why this was in our curriculum, but it was. We were talking about the difference between what the fuck is it? Stereotypes and fucking like racism or something like that. And he was like, does anyone know what a stereotype is? And I raised my hand and was like, oh, all Mexicans can like jump fences. He was like, that's not a stereotype, that's just racist. And I was like, well, aren't all stereotypes just racism? And he was like, no, there's like a difference. We got into a whole heated debate that I was not backing down from. Long story short, I was like, aren't you German? And he was like, what does that have to do with anything? I was like, your grandfather was probably a racist. Don't know why I said that, but I said it. And he got extremely mad and kicked me out of his classroom.
You wonder what he like did after that. After he kicked you out, probably was like, this little bitch don't know my grandpa. Fuck him up. He was, whoa! Like, you don't know Papa like that, dog. Like, man, I swear to God, Papa, man. Like,
he was upset with me for the rest of that year because there was one of those teachers I had a halfway decent like relationship with. After that, he never treated me the same. So he was very offended.
He was like, "Hey, yo, I told my grandpa too." Like,
yeah, he was very offended by that comment. So me and Mr. Shetler never got
oh man, that
back on track.
Man.
Yeah, that happened.
Man, speaking of fucking racism, that fucking American Boy movie. Man, that was fucking terrible.
A movie's a piece of shit.
Yo, it was like highly recommended. Whoever likes that movie, you have to be either
Could you imagine if somebody like went back and watched that movie again?
You have to be a female or B. I feel like a white guy. I feel like a white guy that is in an interracial relationship that thinks that this is gonna help you like mend this awkwardness.
Yeah,
and it's like because at this point. You must not know shit about shit. You have been under a rock. If this movie is giving you any type of like an aha or I didn't know, if you are going through that while you're watching this and being like, damn, who? They killed who and how? And that is fucked up. If you having an aha moment while watching this movie and seeing her go like every 5 seconds, you know what I'm saying? Like, then you have an issue, and I feel like it's mostly white men that watch this and probably was like,
does he have gold teeth? No, he's 16.
Like, man, the fuck? That was the worst black woman you can get to be a black woman.
No.
Like,
that was the worst black woman to play a black woman, and that was the worst iteration of like racism I've ever seen from a white person. Like, cause they're that bold, but like not that. Like that was just cheesy racism.
They put it in a way where you're offended, but they're like, I never said.
He was like, does he have face tattoos, and do they call him Jaquan? I'm like, bro. First of all, none of y'all are that bold.
Jaquan.
That was fucking nuts. Like he was like, does he have a street name like Lope Dog? I'm like, wait,
is that when she snapped and was like, oh, he likes to do this and that? And
yeah. She was like, no, my baby likes Edgar Allan Poe. I'm like, what? Who the fuck asked about poetry?
Anyways, that's more creepy than a motherfucker with dreads and shit like that. If you tell me your black son likes Edgar Allan Poe, he might be like a shooter or some shit. Is because like nigga, he's deep and he's dark. You know what I'm saying? Like for your 16-year-old kid to be like, bro, I'm sorry, this is just a movie, so I can say this. It's probably a good thing he died. You know what I'm saying? Because he's probably going to be a fucking like terrorist or some shit like that. He's going to be one of those ones that you'd be like, yo, what did he read when he was a teenager? Or like Edgar Allan Poe, like explains it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
talk about the fucking dad. The dad was a piece of shit.
Oh man,
he was like, you just had to name him Jamal. I'm like, why is that a fucking issue?
Because that is my biggest issue about a lot of white men in races. I mean, not racist. White men in interracial relationships. I feel like it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Usually, it's because I thought a lot of white men are bred to be like, this is my trophy black woman. You know what I'm saying? To be like, it's not about who I'm with, it's about what I have. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of disconnect between their culture. You know what I'm saying? You just see a pretty ass woman and a nice ass and you be like, well shit, I want that. You know what I'm saying? And you can get it is because I feel like a lot of black women fall victim of like a damsel in distress. A lot of white men can relieve you from that. You know what I'm saying? Like money wise, just because they come from a sound background. They might not even be rich. It's just a simple fact that he has a father. He has that. He's emotionally more stable. You know what I'm saying? Than a black man that probably grew up in the same environment as you. No dad, no, his mom was in and out the house because of work and shit like that. That shit matters. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's not about race all the time. And that's why I stepped back off of interracial shit. You know what I'm saying? Is because sometimes it's just a black woman needs more stability, you know what I'm saying, in a man, and usually white men can only provide that mentally because of the better upbringing that they had due to racism. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it goes all back hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like with that movie, it depicted that shit. To me, it was just like, I hope you bitches was watching that shit and realizing why you get a kid with curly hair and this, that, and third. At the end, what did you really sacrifice? Is because that man more so looking at you, and he doesn't mean it that way, is because he just inherited that shit from his grandfather and his grandfather and his grandfather. Is just a lust for something that he shouldn't probably have. He feels like it's because every time he goes to his big banquet and shit like that, they're always, it doesn't matter how tame this black woman is, the queen, you know what I'm saying, that got married over a day, they still look at her like she shouldn't be here though. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, she probably grew up with a better education than 99% of white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's a simple fact, they don't care. It's just, it doesn't look right. And it's like, let's be real. We all that type of way. If we had a big ass family meeting or a family dinner, 9 times out of 10, the relationships and couples look pretty like, oh, okay, they go together. When you have that one outsider that's there, it's always going to be like, even if the family's not racist, not one drop. Yeah. Say if you had a head of a household, you know what I'm saying, and you bring in a whole off-colored girl, you're going to be like, of course people one person is at least going to be real with you and be like, word? You know what I'm saying? Like type shit. Other people might play nice and be like, it's cool, but it's like, when somebody don't look like you, it's always weird. You know what I'm saying? It's always that little barrier. And I feel like with white men, they don't mean it, but it's like they take black women because it's low-hanging fruit. The same way vice versa. Why I feel like black men take white women a lot of the time is because it's low-hanging fruit. Is because white women look at us the same way as Captain Save a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he's so hurt and this, that, and the third. I would give him anything, you know what I'm saying, to make him feel better. And it's like that ups a black dude's salmon and to be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm the motherfucking man. Is because with a black woman, you can't pull that shit. It's not just because of strength and this, that, and the third. It's because she come from the same shit as you. So she like, nigga, get your ass up. I'm tired of hearing about you grew up without a dad, without this. Nigga, I did too. You know what I'm saying? Like, she might outside. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they looking at you like, kind of like, what, you want a hug, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm growing up the same way as you. And the same with Puerto Rican women. It's like, a lot of this shit is the same in our upbringing, where it's like, you can't get that from your same races because they like, no sympathy here, nigga. We grew up in the same fucking street, nigga. I know what you went up through. You know what I'm saying? With a white person, it's like, oh my god, you guys really ate ramen noodles for dinner? Like, oh my god, that's so sad. You know what I'm saying? Let's go have lobster, like type shit. And it's like, black women fall for that shit way easier than black.
Go ahead, let's pause here so you can take care of that.
Yeah, we're gonna take a little intermission.
Yeah, a little commercial break. We'll be right back, y'all. Stay tuned. And we back. You already know what time it is. Against the Grain podcast. But no, man, to what you were saying, I can like, have you ever been in a relationship with like a white girl? Like, not,
I tried it.
Not a ghetto white girl. I mean like a fucking white girl.
No, I was about to say I tried it, but it's like, I never had like a straight like
white girl with a good family.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, I'm gonna tell you, like, it doesn't matter what fucking minority you are. If you are a minority, they're fucking weird, like the family.
They're already looking at you like,
not even. It's not even that.
You feel bad for you?
They just coddle the shit out of you, and it's fucking weird.
And y'all don't understand that shit is like reverse. It's not reverse racism, but it's like, to me, it feels like you feel like you did something.
It's like degrading.
Yeah, it feels like you did something, and you're kind of like, let's be extra nice to him to cover it up. And it's like, bro, I'd rather you just be like, man, I'm gonna treat you like a human being. Like, all right, treat me like a fucking normal person, and this is not be like, hey, but be sensitive. Fry up some chicken for him, and don't you fucking be like, you know, be shiesty with the hot sauce. Like, I feel like that's more racist than just being like, bro, we eat tilapia today. Too fucking bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we got. Rather than be like, no, would you prefer for us to fry it? Like, offensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of shit, but with that movie, I feel like that shit opened up a lot of that shit for me. It was like, a lot of other people looked at it as like racism towards like cops. Fuck all that. Fuck the bumper sticker. I would wear the bumper sticker on my fucking head. You a cop. You're supposed to be fucking trained and look past shit like that. If I did something wrong, I did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, but having a fucking bumper sticker to be like, I mean, even like the black dude pissed me off. He came in, having a bumper sticker like that, man, shut your bitch ass up. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, a bumper sticker is freedom of speech, faggot. Like, I should be able to say whatever the fuck I want.
But I did understand where that character actually made the most sense.
Yes, he did, but I was still pissed off at that moment to be like, he made sense. That's why I was pissed off. You know what I'm saying? It's because it was like, yeah, you're right, but fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is fuck all that, but like, I remember, I can relate back to a time when I was working at Taco Bell. I was having a conversation with me and this woman who is like my mom. Her name is Coco. She's great. She's black. And she
short.
Yeah,
I know her.
You know Coco?
Sweetheart, man. I know exactly what you're talking about. Once you said that, I know.
Yeah, she's fucking great. Yeah. Her and my mom known each other.
Last name was like King or something like that. Or Lee? No, because I believe that's one of my homies' moms. You know what I'm saying? Like, off air, I get into all of that. Like,
I think her last name is like Browning.
Okay,
could be a different woman.
Because I know a woman by that name.
She got a son your age.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because she got a couple.
Yeah,
she got a couple. You know what I'm saying? One that was my age, and then she got one that's like right under that, and then one that's like a year after that. You know what I'm saying? And then she got a daughter also.
Oh, she don't got no daughters.
Okay.
Different Coco, but sweet lady.
Yeah, I say she was amazing.
Yeah, always treated me like a son and shit. And I remember one time like. This was probably like 2017. So, I mean, it's only gotten worse, but this was like still like on that when things are starting to pick up with like the Black Lives Matter and like a lot of black men are dying. And I remember she had said something like, it was one of those scenarios where the kid didn't really do much. He just looked away and was wearing something and they fucking killed him. And I was just like, or like he acted a certain way. And for me, the stance I've always had is I'm not justifying their actions because they're wrong. And that's the end of it, is that they're wrong. But for me, I've always felt like we live in a jungle, right? And we're just animals, a part of a food chain, right? As minorities, as black men, it's a little bit different. But we're all a part of this food chain. Unfortunately, we're at the bottom of the food chain because we're poor minorities. Mm-hmm. So we're
expendable.
Yeah, we're at the bottom of the totem pole. So the way I feel is there's different animals in the bottom of the food chain. There's many different animals. You know, there's fucking cats and there's dogs. And the higher you get, the more, you know, the stronger these animals become. You know, you got gorillas at the top, right? So for me, I always just felt like if you're going to be at the bottom of the food chain, learn how to work the bottom of the food chain. Be one of those animals that survive the bottom of the food chain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain animals, they're bottom feeders that no animal in the ocean touches. You know what I mean?
I mean, even shit like, I hate to say it, like a thing that is disgusting, but you can admire a lot about in a way is like a cockroach. It does nothing really, wants to eat it. It keeps itself alive.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, for me, the thing I was bringing up to her was like, you know, if you know, right, that as a black man, that you know when you leave your house, you already have a high chance of just being killed by either another black man or a cop or just a slew of different fucking fucked up things. You need to learn how to maneuver those situations. You need to know that, yeah, it's fucked up, but the cards are stacked against me. How do I leave this house and make it back home safely? How do I play this game correctly? And playing that game correctly is like, you know, things like, I fucking hate it because, especially me, like, you know me. You know I'm gonna fucking argue some shit. You know I'm gonna like if a cop's like, put your hands up, I want to be the one to be like, fuck you. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you got to know that saying fuck you might cause you more trouble instead of just like, and I know we're at that time where it's like, we all want to rebel when they ask for that ID and be like, man, what the fuck for? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I've been there plenty of times where they're like, you look like you got warrants. You got your ID, and I want to be like, fuck you. You don't have no reason, but I know if I do that, it only gets worse. Mm-hmm. Being a chameleon, playing the game, it sucks because you know they're degrading you. You know that you're a bitch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
They marketing you. They just pretty much sizing you up.
Yeah, they're like, because they want you to be like, because they want you to be like, no, so they can be like, oh, you're resisting, you're refusing to identify.
It's like, man, just trying to shit.
What are you reaching for? You know what I'm saying? It's that whole thing. They want you to play the game. So for me, it's like, to avoid all this shit, I hate it because I feel it. You don't want to play the game. But, like, we don't have a choice. We're at a point right now where it's like, it's getting bad, and we're on the brink of a civil war. It's, like, damn near imminent, I feel. It's going to happen. People are going to go into fucking madness. People are tired of the police brutality. People are tired of the fucking government. People are tired of just feeling oppressed. And it's not just blacks. It's Hispanics. It's Mexicans.
It's white people that live low class. Yeah. Like live like normal motherfucking people. It's like they tired of this shit too.
Everyone is tired of this shit. So it's only a matter of time before it breaks out. What it's going to be is government versus the people. That's just it. And for me, it feels like let's just hold off. Because for me, this is some conspiracy shit. The way I see it is, they know it's only a matter of time before we break and we lose it and everyone goes into chaos. So they're like, what are we going to do? Let's lock them up. Let's lock as many of them up. Let's keep creating prisons. Let's lock them up. Let's give them life sentences. Let's kill them. Let's have them kill each other. Let's do this. Let's dwindle their numbers because there's too many of them.
And on top of that, any influential person that is, say, Puerto Rican, black, white, that can even blend all of us together, they take them and they don't kill them and they don't put them in jail. Instead, they give them the fucking world and be like, look, this is what you get when you side with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, if we get a very smart dude, you know what I'm saying, out of the hood, why would we leave him there? You know what I'm saying? Hell no, we're going to get his ass up out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to get his ass into Ivy League school. We're going to get him into all of this white-backed, you know what I'm saying, money, so that way he feels like he's wrong if he goes back and gives that knowledge back to the hood. Because he's like, I didn't get that from the hood. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get this from the hood at all. And it's like, yet there's doctors to be in the hood. Why, like, that knowledge is just waiting, you know what I'm saying, to be tapped into. It's just a simple fact that it's not tapped into is because they take all of the great minds out of the hood, out of the necessary areas. Like, there's even probably great fucking, like, hillbillies, you know what I'm saying, that's smart as shit, but it's like the simple fact that they don't see enough of them make it, that they kind of like, fuck it. And there's plenty of them that came out of those backwoods that made it, but the simple fact that the government ain't stupid. They see like, man, this dude is like, could be very influential. And I hate to say this shit because I love the dude, but at the same time, Barack Obama is a huge person. It's because say if he never decided to go like that route, and instead he put all of that into the inner city of Chicago, where he like, man, fuck going like a whole ass government movement, and I do this shit like under the government. I'm doing this shit off my own strength, like almost on some like how like a rally would be. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's not going against nothing. He just dropping knowledge. That shit is way more influential to the hood. Being like, now what if the gangs start operating the way that the government do? To where it's like, no, you can't just come kick in our trap because nigga, we know the rules, we know the laws now, we know this, we know how to protect, and we don't just fight with y'all no more. Like, we got lawyers now, you know what I'm saying? We got black-owned lawyers, or not even black-owned. Say if it's a Mexican gang, they got their own Mexican lawyers. They got everything from the top all the way down to the point where eventually, if you keep that shit going, you gonna have black judges, black Mexican judges, Puerto Rican judges, because you push them through your own system versus being like, we gotta send them off. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now when you get one Mexican dude in the Ivy League against 30 other white dudes, it's like, man, they gonna fuck with him. They gonna probably give him all type of hell. Where he like, man, I'm going through college and getting fucked with like on some racist shit. You know what I'm saying? Now my chances of me finishing are very slim. You know, I got all this fucking knowledge and untapped potential, but they gonna make it hell for me. And it's like what you were saying, you just gotta know that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you getting into that shit, yes, I commend the fuck out of a lot of like higher up black people that's like in politics, is because it's like, I know you hear every day. oh, this nigger doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, this, that, and third, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't be like, man, call me that shit again, and I'm taking the suit off and I'm gonna beat your ass. You can't. It's like, as soon as you show a little bit of emotion when you're of race, all of a sudden, look at him, hostile. He can't handle it. But if a white dude, if a Trump is getting called a racist or a coon or a cracker or a cracker or some shit like that, all of a sudden he can respond however the fuck he needs to. And be like, oh, he can be like, you a fucking asshole. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, stand up for yourself. And it's like, but if a black dude was to do that or a Puerto Rican dude was to do that, it's like, oh, look at him getting all pissed off. What he's going to do? Call him something. I have the perfect
example of that. Something I've always thought about. You ever notice that and I know that Hispanics play this sport a lot, but the demographic of these sports, football, basketball, when they fight, what happens? Fines, right? Mm-hmm. Fines, can't play the game. Oh my God, look at them. They don't know how to act. Get your emotions together. Hockey.
Yeah, it's
hockey. They are they love it. They're like, yeah, go ahead and fight.
White people, and just like
when minorities fight, it's a problem. When white people fight, we embrace it. Mm-hmm. That's a problem. Why is it acceptable for them to show emotions outside of just like her? Like, and I mean, I guess if you think about it, nobody should be fighting, but realistically, motherfuckers fight. You know what I'm saying? And like in baseball and shit, when they fight, a whole fucking dugout run out onto the field. Yeah, the refs get involved, but imagine if two basketball teams clashed. That was actually, because they actually throw punches in the MLB. What they do in the NBA, they get into a shoving match because they know, like, if I swing, I'm getting suspended, I'm getting fined, all types of wild shit.
One punch will cost me like $500,000. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, Odell Beckham fucking threw his helmet and they try to take his life away.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? Like every time he throws a fit,
they short, and they were like, "That's like a $15,000 fine." It's like
fucking Ezekiel Elliott can't even wear a crop top no more.
It's like, bro,
and that's part of football,
dude. It's because of the simple fact what people don't want to admit. Bro, the NFL is trying to tell people, nigga, this is still a fucking plantation. You go out on my fucking field in front of me. You do what the fuck I tell you to do. Basically, I
what do they call those back in the day? Mandingos?
Yeah, Mandingos was like that. It was basically everything. That was your bulk of your work. That was if you needed another sucker is what they would call the baby, like the young black boys. You know what I'm saying? Like the young men was the suckers. And the little girls was the wenches. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what they would breed you as, like a wench or a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then once you grow up, you would become a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like a buck or a mandingo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much stands for himself. Like a buck is like pretty much the same thing as like you younger. You know what I'm saying? More so, you more like you the same thing. You for fucking, for breeding, and for working. You know what I'm saying? Like
would they base that off of like strength, like strong genes?
Yeah, it was just the prime. You know, like primal shit. You know what I'm saying? How big was his arms? Yeah. I'm gonna use this one for this. And how big is his thighs? We're gonna use him for this. Or if he's just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I can use him for slavery. I can just sell him. You know what I'm saying? Like, but all the big bucks and mandingos, I'm keeping them, but not too many. It's because I don't want them to all be like big buff motherfuckers in there. It's like, no, you keep one or two of them and you lock his ass down, you fuck him over the most, like, to make everybody else feel like, well, if he doing that to the big motherfucker, what he gonna do to us? Like, but and that's exactly what the NFL and the NBA is. You got the most elite bucks and like and shit.
I think
like that.
The NBA is a little bit more for the cause. I'm not saying that
now, because I feel like they grew a lot different. Like, okay,
and don't get me wrong, there's still like I'm sure there's still underlying racism somewhere, but I mean,
way more open.
Yeah, they're way more open. They got rid of the Clippers guy, which was crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though that shit is wild.
But I feel like if it's your team, it's your team.
It's your team. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that was crazy that they made him sell it. I mean, shout out to them for doing that.
Like it was a huge like salute to the NBA, but it was like I don't think black people would have been like fuck the NBA no more. We love that shit way too much. We was threatening just like we was threatening with the NFL. They didn't really.
You know what's crazy though? Like, I think the NBA did it first with like taking a stand. Remember, they all wore the shirts
and they didn't do shit about
it. They didn't. Yeah, and the NBA, and then the NFL took the knee, and it was like, how dare you?
Because the NFL, that's what people don't understand. That's what I was trying to get at. It's like because just like it's just completely different. Yeah, the NFL is not the NBA.
There's two reasons why I don't watch football. One, because the sport doesn't interest me, and the older I get, the more I realize. Like I always like people are like, oh, why don't you watch football? one, I don't understand the game, but two, that's a gladiator sport. Like, they are literally sent out there to kill themselves.
And you only get paid if you play.
Basically. And they get treated like shit.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck would I sit there and entertain some shit that's just disgusting? Like,
yeah, like you don't, I think literally there is no, like how in basketball you pretty much got, like you get guaranteed money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they can always opt to take that shit back. Just like how they did with Antonio Brown. He had a guaranteed portion of his money, but they was like, nah, we're going to void the whole contract, even the guaranteed part. So you back out to nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, they can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they so damn well please. Like, and it's just like, it's fucked up. And if you hurt and shit like that, I think there might be like a clause that you still get paid. But it's like, if you're just inactive, you didn't get picked up, then you ain't getting paid. It's not like you getting residual, like nothing like that, unless you put your money up safely. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you basically getting paid like per game. Like, that's why they keep going back out there, broken fingers, hands, and shit. It's not just because they tough. It's because it's like, nigga, this is how I eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like the NBA where it's like, oh yeah, he's got a $7 million guaranteed. That guaranteed is guaranteed in the NBA. You getting that? You know what I'm saying? Like, but in the NFL, it's like, yeah, we don't want to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
I mean, it's so obvious that they're racist. Just, Kaepernick, bro.
Yeah, that's all you really got to say.
Dude, you're telling me he can't be a third string? Didn't at one point, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure, wasn't Kaepernick a starting quarterback? And so, I don't know sports. He can suck mad dick. I don't know. But you're telling me a starting quarterback can't be a third string quarterback?
He can. It was just a simple fact that the NFL, that's how they rock.
That shit is crazy, bro. And it's crazy how many people will sit there and be like, bro, he sucks. Like, no, I'm going to take your word for it. He might suck. But there's definitely dudes in the NFL that play his position that suck more.
Especially this year.
There's no fucking way he sucks the most.
When the Colts lost Andrew Luck. When like the Buccaneers have like a terrible fucking quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got like an old ass dude playing there. Josh Rosen did terrible in Miami. Like, there's so many quarterbacks that just did terrible that he could have just came in as a relief quarterback. The fiasco shit that happened in Pittsburgh where they lost Roethlisberger and then they lost the next guy up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're down like one quarterback on their fucking roster right now. It's like motherfuckers like that. That's like, he could have easily got a spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, easy. He didn't even have to fucking work out. Just be like, yo, Cap, show up. Be like, type shit. Yeah. We need you, like, type shit. But you want to sit here and really tell me that y'all just was like, nah, we just don't need him. We got one quarterback left on our roster. No, we don't need. We good though. You know what I'm saying? We don't need Fitzpatrick for Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah. Y'all all as owners probably got that email that probably didn't force like say it in bold, but just being like, hey, be alert of certain media. You know what I'm saying? Things that are going on, like probably like be smart on who you ask to work out for you, and it's kind of like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we get what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Certain players are signed to teams.
If they're gonna disrespect the flag, you should think about, you know what I'm saying? Because teams will be held accountable and shit like that, to the point where the owners are like, I would have worked him out because I don't give a fuck about none of that. I want to win games. Like, coaches probably are like, I don't give a fuck about this media shit. But they be like, look, the owners are like,
lose money. They don't want to lose. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's somebody at the top of that fucking NFL. They got a commissioner. And you know what I mean?
And they got motherfuckers that's paying into that shit. They're just like alumni. Like,
think about this. Disney owns the NFL. That commissioner ain't even shit. There is somebody above their commissioner. That's it. End of story. That's it.
It's like there's always gonna be a higher man.
There's gonna be somebody even bigger than that commissioner. The commissioner is probably like,
I never knew that Disney owned the NFL. I didn't know you could own a whole ass corporation.
Bro, like, you don't know, dude. Disney owns Pepsi.
That's too. That's probably why they push dummy. You know what I'm saying? Because no advertisement is
That's
free.
the thing. That's why people are like, yo, Disney's crazy, because Disney owns half of everything that you know.
Yeah, because now
that's why people really believe like Walt Disney's like frozen somewhere. Because they're like, the foresight that he had and like the business models that he had is like, that nigga's from the future.
that, or he was one of the elitists. One of the people where he was like,
he's one of the top.
He was like, well, all right, well, we gonna start a chain, and we just gotta build into each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, when you do something, we
Disney,
only do
you
work
never
with each
seen
other.
that like chain of like the 3 like companies that own like everything?
Mm-mm.
Bro, it's sick.
And the crazy thing is because
like
the
Pepsi owns Nabisco and Nabisco owns this,
like
and
Frito-Lay,
and it's all owned by Disney.
Yeah,
when you look at it, it's like, yo.
But because that shit keeps people honest in the United States, just like there's a tire company like Michelin and like BF Goodrich or some shit like that. Like there's like 2 different brands. There's like levels, tiers or whatever, and Michelin is like number 1. And then there's like this French brand, like some shit like that. And people don't know that Michelin owns all 3. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you still buy Michelin. Like so when people are like, hey, then that's why I feel like those are the sub and shell corporations. That's what they're for. It's for people's comfort to be like, I'll never buy from that fucking Disney ever again, but then go eat something from Nabisco and not even realize it. It's like because if he could have called it Disney Snacks and still produce the same thing, and you'd be like, oh shit, but you would be more conscious to be like, no, he makes those, fuck him. But no, instead he's like, no, I'm gonna call this one this, and I'm gonna call this one that, and it's like, no, I own all of them, but they're under different names, so you as the consumer feel like you are clear and free of being like, I don't support that man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you do. It's because you're still buying his shit now, and that's hard to do. Is to do that much research to be like, who owns this? Well, then who owns that? But it's not impossible. It's because of the simple fact that it's a paper trail, and that's one thing white people will not fuck over, and not just white people, rich people. They not gonna fuck over their paper trails because of the simple fact that, nigga, that's how they get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how they earn their money. It's like, so if it's there, it's to be found. It's just a simple fact.
It's crazy how many different brands and products that you see every day that always just fall under the same tree. Like Kraft. Okay, and then that's another thing. Disney owns Kraft. Robert Kraft owns Kraft. He's also the owner of the fucking Patriots. You know what I'm saying?
Like, how
it just doesn't fucking
just so happen to be in this line, or just to own this and then just to own that. It's like,
and everyone knows. And I don't watch football, but if I did, I'm a fucking Boston sports guy. I'd be a Patriots fan. But everyone knows the Patriots are the most favorited fucking team in the NFL.
I don't understand how they're not America's team, but
they are.
No, they are. But
they
they're
are.
Not. But Dallas is dubbed that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how because.
But they are. They get the most favorited. We all know it.
That's just, they got coined that. Yeah. And it's just always been the America's team. And it's like no, it ain't.
If you look at Massachusetts sports, the Red Sox, there's teams that are better. Like the Yankees, I think have more World Series. But but look at all of them. They're all fucking great. The Celtics have the most championships. You know what I'm saying? The Patriots have what, the second most?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
They're fucking, I know that the Steelers have the most, but
I think they either caught. No, okay, never mind. That was a personal record. I was about to say because Tom Brady has the most.
No, but the Steelers have like the most Super Bowl wins.
Like
but the Patriots aren't far behind. The Celtics have the most championships. The Red Sox have mad World Series.
It's just a winning history.
The Bruins fucking win World Series every fucking 3 years. It doesn't matter what fucking sport. Boston sports fucking win. You can guarantee one of your teams is going to the finals that year. Every fucking year. The Patriots are going, the Celtics are going, the Red Sox are going, or the Bruins are going. Somebody's going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's like not a fucking coincidence.
Yeah, it's just because there's money there with the owners. You know,
and that's why they fucking founded like America.
Right. Yeah, true.
That really, like...
I mean, I can't say that always, because Philly was also one of those founding areas, and they trash. I mean, their team is... Never mind, that's going to go down a whole sports
thing. The Boston Tea Party?
Yeah.
Come on, there's so much fucking history in Massachusetts. It's like, what? Dude, Massachusetts might be like the most richest in history for America.
Yeah, that's one of the 13 states.
Yeah.
13. I think Ohio was too. Ohio was like the last one to be added, but go Ohio, man.
Yeah,
throw that out there.
Yeah, we don't
that
know
OH10. You know what I'm saying? Man, we got historic shit. It's just Ohioans don't really give a shit about this shit. And kind of like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, but
yeah,
man, fucking. So what would you say about Drake getting booed though? I didn't see it. Was it that bad? Like,
it's fucking funny.
Was it like damn, or was it kind of like half people kind of doing?
No, it was like, boo, get the fuck off the stage. The whole crowd. They tried to like say, oh, it was only half the crowd. No, it wasn't. It was the whole crowd.
I heard he's at Tyler the Creator.
Yeah,
and
so
I'm like, that makes sense. Like,
so he did Tyler's festival, which is called Camp Flog Gnaw, which is Tyler's shit he's been doing for years. He had everybody there. He had Summer Walker, YG, everybody. Everybody was at Camp Flog Gnaw doing his festival. They had one hidden guest.
It was him.
That was Drake. But everyone thought it was Frank
Ocean?
Yeah. Oh. Because all the music he's been dropping, and Frank is like Wolfgang. Yeah. He's Odd Future. Yeah. Like, when Frank first came out, he was with Tyler. So everyone thought he was Frank. When Drake came out, they were fucking pissed. So they booed him off stage after like 3 songs. They did not let him continue. He was like, if y'all want me to continue, I'll keep going. But if y'all want me to leave, I'll leave. To which they responded with more fucking boos. Oh, yeah, so he said, alright, thank y'all so much. Whatever the fuck it was, whatever city it was, I go by the name of Drake. Y'all have a good night. And he left. He did like 2 or 3 songs and he fucking left. They booed him off stage. They booed Drake off of stage.
And this is in his prime.
Right? And you could like, see the saltiness.
He like, I'll buy all you niggas. And it's like, yeah, go ahead. We still gonna boo you, nigga. Like,
we still don't want to hear your bullshit ass music.
Man, because it's like, I feel that. And I can...
the thing that was the funniest to me was he said, I go by the name of Drake. It's like, nigga, we all know who you are.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up and get off the stage.
Like, yeah, deuces.
He was like, I go by the name of Drake. Y'all have a good night. And they just responded with, boo.
Damn, though. That's like...
And they cut the lights on the stage and he walked off stage.
Damn, I wonder how long has that been since he's probably felt that?
Oh,
since he was like,
it has to be like almost
a decade.
Yeah,
it's a decade. Yeah. Since the last time he had to be like, yo, it's me. Like niggas is probably like, no, we know who the fuck you is. Get the fuck out of here. Like,
yeah.
Because even then in 2009, he probably wasn't getting booed. Niggas probably just wasn't rocking with him.
Yeah, it was like,
oh, this nigga. Okay. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like, but nigga, to get booed like at your prime. What did you do to these niggas? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you come out here and try to do one of Tyler's songs or some shit? And they like, nah, bro.
Nah,
like,
they just didn't want to hear that Drake shit, man.
Yeah, because, I mean, I feel that, though. I can understand if any fan base that would be like, fuck this nigga, is like Tyler, the Creator. It's because it's like, his music is nothing like
I just
Drake.
understand it from any fan base. It's just like, bro, we get enough of you. Mm-hmm. Nah, don't get me wrong. I would have been hyped. I would have been mad at the niggas booing. I want to hear Drake.
Yeah, especially for the.
But I also understand.
Surprise.
Yeah, but I also hell no. That means he's ending the fucking night. Like it's probably Drake and then Tyler and show's over. And they fucking booed him off stage. They were like, bro, fuck you and your set.
Yeah, like, ugh. Like, yeah, that's wild. And then to think how mixed that crowd was.
He said, like, bro, and then he tweeted, like, that was the most humbling experience of my life. Like, yeah, I bet it was.
Yeah, he was like, something, he was trying to talk shit too, though. He was like, something about he'll be there for the next 10 years. He booked that shit or something like that. He was like, so, I'll be there till you guys are like 20 or something, like late 30s or something like that. I'm like, damn, like, but, I mean, they gonna boo you or just not come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but by then it's gonna be a different crowd. You know what I'm saying? Other people.
Yeah, and I think that if Drake was put on the card,
you would have got Drake fans. You know what I'm saying? But
not only that, I think if they knew what they were getting, they would have let you do your set. But they were expecting something, and then it wasn't delivered, and they were like, "Fuck him." And I could see, especially Drake. Yeah, where it's like, "Are you fucking kidding me, Drake? you know, this fucking pop star, because if you look at Tyler, YG, it's like, yeah, they're mainstream, but they're like that off-brand.
They that one that mainstream people be like, I don't get how they make it.
Yeah, not everyone's listening to Tyler, not everyone's listening to YG.
Summer
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they have popularity, but they're not.
You have to have an ear for them. You have to be like, oh, no, I'm hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not somebody like that. Like, even he could have probably even put like Rex on there. You know what I'm saying? They probably would have fucked with that.
Oh, they would have loved. If Rex would have been the special guest, they probably would have lost their mind.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, and to be like Drake though, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. It's because it's like those type of fans are true fans, like music fans. Like, you can't be a Tyler fan and be like, I like everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you won't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you won't be like, I like pop, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You just have a more rigid taste, you know what I'm saying? If you can honestly say that you're a Tyler Creator fan, which I am. So it's like, I get it. Like, I get exactly what you're saying, where certain people is just like, like, yeah, Drake, you're cool, but not here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's not
in this moment.
Yeah, like,
it's
like,
not here. We didn't want to hear that.
That's like going, you go through a whole Tyler Creator, like, little playlist, right? You bumping in your car, and then a Drake song, I need a one dance. Like, why you just
booed? It's about time. You think Drake's hitting his decline? You think like that was like, you think that's like the start of like
depending on the age of that crowd. If the age of that crowd
that crowd was young,
then yeah. It's because if it's like
I think the younger generation is tired of Drake.
Yeah, it's because my bad. Because it's like how just to throw a name out, like Snoop Dogg was for us. It was like, yeah, he probably was doing this thing when we was younger, where it was people like, yo, you ain't got that Snoop album and shit like that. Like, but by the time we got older, it was like beautiful. It was like, it's a good song, but you kind of like, if you went to a fucking Lil Wayne concert and you brought him out, it would be like, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, man, get the fuck out of here. And he might get booed. And he might be like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like a whole bunch of 19, 16, 15-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? Where they like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think Drake to them is almost like, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like an older dude. I mean, just Drake's in his 30s. I think they still like him, but it's kind of like,
stay in your lane.
Yeah,
like, you stay there.
It's like, you an old nigga, dog. We want to hear this young shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to hear this Tyler. We want to hear this weirdo
Juice
shit.
WRLD.
Yeah, Juice WRLD actually was there. He was one of the performers.
Like, they'll listen to shit like that. You're not gonna listen to Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Drake is a little too deep for a lot of them now. Like, and he's a little emotional for them. Like, I think like they don't really.
And they just like emotional in a different level.
It's
they
like
want Juice WRLD emotional. They want Lil Uzi emotional. They don't want Drake. You know what I'm saying?
They don't
like,
want you to sing to.
I think Drake to them might be like Prince. Like, they're like you either love him or you hate him. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, he's just like, cause like for me, like I know Prince is like one of the greats, but I can't tell you one.
For me,
Prince
I feel like what he's turning into for them is like what he was for, like what they were to me is like UGK. Like how a lot of people are like, yo, respect to UGK because they started a lot of this, but I didn't listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect them, you know what I'm saying? Like, type shit, but somebody to put them on, I'd probably kind of like, yo, turn this shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even no disrespectful way. It's just like, I respect that they put it on. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to hear Bun B and Pimp C. Sorry, that's just,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not my style.
Yeah, I get it. They found their fathers for niggas that's like, oh, if you like this type of music, they started that. It's like, bet, respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, Outkast is a different story. I can listen to Outkast. I can listen to shit like Wu-Tang. But knowing, you know what I'm saying, that they the founding father as like one of the southern rappers, like UGK, it's like how but I would have been did that, but I didn't know. But
straight.
What the yeah, like I can see how kids can be like, Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like because they just coming up where it's like they coming up with their artists, just like how when we came up with Wayne, it was like ain't nobody topping this nigga. Now, when I look back, it's like, nah, Jay-Z, I can see how people still was like, nah, like, Jay, that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if Jay was to even come out on that party, they'd be like, ooh, man, get this bum the fuck out of here.
If Tyler brought Jay-Z out, I think that crowd would have the same reaction. They're like, it's Jay-Z, but get the fuck out of here.
I think he might not get booed because of the fact of, like, a more hooder persona of being like, we not gonna do you, but you not about to get no love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not about to get niggas like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, they're not doing all that.
Yeah, like, no, niggas is like, yeah, I think we clap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is it over?
Yeah, like, all right, yes, he's leaving. Like,
Tyler. That type of shit. Yeah, man.
Tyler.
Yeah, that's definitely that crowd. But yeah, man, we done covered a lot, man. On that note, I think we're going to end it here, man. It's Against the Grain podcast, another episode.
Another gangy one.
We got to do thumbnails.
Don't know what that is.
I'll tell you off camera. This episode will have a thumbnail. It's Against the Grain podcast, man. Another episode. We out, bitch.